Hey, 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 we're the monkeys. People say we monkey around. And I just went to the vets. So it's gonna be here all around. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Let me get the charger. All right. So, something sparkly. Something sparkly. Hey, hey. I have every single animal at my house right now because I smell like a veterinarian's office. Mingia. I did manage to clean this little area. I got my cards over here. I should have bought the bigger one. I should have known better. But all good. You know what I find weird? These two cards. I can't find the deck. Which, just kidding, it's right here. I don't know how my vision bypassed that earlier. Oh, freaking headache. I just need to take some Motrin real quick. I didn't want to get up again. Oh, something sparkly. Because at the end of the other read, it was not everything that glitters is gold. But I put this over here so I wouldn't forget. So something sparkly. Must be coming. Okay. So, let's find out. Let's find out what's going to be sparkly. Yeah, I definitely should have went with the other cart. Hi.
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 They just called and they said they'll send it over to them. They were calling to confirm that they can give it. I was like, yeah. And then they were like, she needs to come in one last time and with a fecal sample because the state of New Hampshire requires a fecal sample 21 days. They expire after 21 days to get adopted. So I think they know she's not adopted.
Okay.
But I'm just I'm already going to be paying so much for her. I'm I don't want to have to pay more for her. So I hope they can maybe maybe a sick cat.
Or maybe, did you ask them if they did blood work already?
No, I forgot, but she said they're going to send over everything that she's had done, so I'll know what they started working on. But, yeah, she said, do you have work tomorrow?
No, but I have a doctor's. What about Thursday?
What about Thursday, you said?
Can you get her in Thursday?
That's only there tomorrow and Wednesday from 8 to 10. What are you doing Wednesday?
Working.
Oh, okay, working. Good. Maybe.
No, because she'll probably have to be here. Tomorrow, what do you have a later appointment tomorrow? What's the latest?
That's going to be there 8 to 10, she said.
8 to 10 in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not going to work.
She said I could always do it next week, so I could always just call her back and say I can't make it till next week.
But they have one on Wednesday?
Yeah, 8 to 10 both days Wednesday. And I would assume it's the same for next week's that too.
Yeah, I was contemplating whether I was going to go on Wednesday. I'll know more tomorrow after the doctors. Worse, I mean, you could take my car, but you'd have to bring me back and forth to work if that was the case.
Yeah, I mean, like I could also take Kim's car and drive her back and forth to Grandma's.
Right, which would be easier.
So, I would just do that.
Okay.
It's hard for myself, but I don't know. I could always have to McKenna just a little early.
Okay. Sorry, my head is pounding. I'm trying to think. They just want one more fecal sample, or do they want to see her?
I guess I don't think they're seeing her again, but
right.
Well, I guess I feel like I would have just brought her. I guess I could call back and ask, but
yeah, I think in order to give the adoption papers,
they said to be vetted one more time. But I don't know if that just means the fecal sample.
All right, why don't you call back and find out exactly if she needs to be there.
I mean, no, she definitely does, because I could drop off a fecal sample at any time. So 8 to 10 is when the vet's going to be there, so she obviously needs to see her.
Okay. All right. Well, I just started YouTube. When I get off, I'll call you and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
So basically, they just want the fecal sample to sign off on the certificate.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't want to pay the rest of the adoption fee because I'm already going to start having to pay so much for whatever else she needs,
Yeah.
Maybe they can pay me.
They're not going to pay you.
I'm just saying they sold me a sick cat.
I know. It is what it is, though. We'll get it healthy. I'll call you back. And when you do call back, you're not going to call back yet, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, they have some of the paperwork they need, so the vet.
She's over, so whatever.
Huh?
She said she's faxing it over, so whatever.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
And if any, they're probably thrilled to take her off with their hands. You know what I mean? Since they can't figure it out. All right. I'll call you in a little while. All right.
Love you.
Love you. And then it doesn't hurt to call back to see if they do have blood work.
Okay.
I mean, I'm curious, so if you want to call back and ask if they did any blood work at any point, make sure that gets sent over as well.
Okay.
All right, let me know.
Okay, love
All
you.
right, I love you too. Bye. All right, sorry guys. It took Zozo to the vet. She still has diarrhea. Poor cat, her poor bum. Oh, I feel awful. It's like 4 months, 6 months. She probably has like that bowel syndrome thing. I don't know. Took x-rays, didn't see much. Like her bowels were, her intestines were swollen, but that would make sense because of all the diarrhea. But so I brought her to my vet. So the adoption's not final. We couldn't remember if it was or not. She's had her since she was a kitten anyway, but so expensive. I think it was $500 just for the visit and the freaking x-rays, you know? But I just want to get to the bottom of it. Poor cat, you know? It's like you having a hemorrhoid or a sore bum 24/7. Hell no. You know? So Lonnie's like a little mom, so she'll get to the bottom of it. I'm just curious to find out if there was actually ever blood work taken. They kept doing sample after sample of stool and kept coming back with like nothing. She was on every medicine, strict diet. Anywho, I feel like I need a tissue. So sorry, guys. Fucking mono is kicking my ass. I hope my spleen's okay. I'm assuming, I don't know, I got the doctors tomorrow. I'm assuming they'll probably do an x-ray ultrasound. I know you typically wouldn't, but my chest has been hurting, so I know it can affect the muscles around your heart, but my chest was hurting a couple weeks ago, remember? Because when you're so low on the ferritin, your chest can hurt too in women. So it's like, what the fuck? Can't rule it out. Gotta figure it out, though. But, all right, let's figure out what's going to be so sparkly. Oh, yeah, so I should have bought the bigger one. I do have them all in here. And I still have a majority of my oracles over here because I kind of wanted them to be right now. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know it's contagious. I don't mean to be yawning. I just can't help it. Noon hits and I'm freaking ready for bed again. I think I fell asleep last night at 6:30, 7. Slept all the way through. All right, let's just I don't want to come back, but my head is pounding. I just took Motrin, so let's see if that works. It wasn't pounding that much when I started, but it could be because I'm talking. You know what I mean? And it hurts. So, it's kicking my fucking ass. But at least I know what I have compared to thinking I had strep for the 4th time, you know? It's probably, at this point, chronic mono, which sucks too. Because my immune system is shot. I don't know, I just want to get fixed. And I'm not even complaining, guys. I'm really not. I'm just it's starting to fucking take a toll on me. All right. So, not everything glitter is gold. So it reminds me of like, it reminds me of a girl that I was. But it doesn't remind me of like that card. I don't have that card. But I know there's a deck, but it's kind of thinking it's basically like thinking the grass is greener on the other side. Pretty much. So let's see what is sparkly coming your way this week for the week of the 5th, 6th, what is it, 6th? Week of the 6th. Fifth ray of light, intellectual knowledge. So you're beaming up there, so there might be some people around you that aren't so happy about it. I don't know if this means your energy is going to shift. Something happy comes in. I mean, look at the energy around you and then look at you. So just kind of be aware. It's kind of definitely telling me that there's some haters out there. Also kind of telling me to protect your energy. You did have the message earlier in regards to grounding. And then it's self-love. So you got to take care of yourself. I don't know if you need a timeout. It could be a lot of unconditional love here. I kind of feel like you might need a timeout to possibly regroup. You are walking a very spiritual path right now. And sometimes we don't realize the extent that's needed in regards to getting on track. I will tell you, if you don't take a timeout, Spirit might lay you out. So this is more like taking care of yourself, taking a bath, reading a book if you like to read a book, watch a movie if you like to watch a movie, go to the beach if you like to go to the beach. It's almost like acknowledge that you need this time out. Because you could have energy around you draining you. And then you have growth. So this is a 6, this is a 6, this is a 7. Growing, transforming. Hydrate at the bottom of the deck. So a bath might be a really good example for you. I'm thinking it's a far stretch, but a pedicure, anything that soothes you. Star Child number 8. Starseed. We've been aware of that for a while. So there's a karmic clearing. You might be aware of it. You might not be. Because I don't see you like all sunshine, freaking rainbows and applesauce, right? I kind of see you more of this self-love, needing to kind of like really take care of yourself. But I mean, that might be you. But if you overdo it, you're going to get to this energy, I guess, is like the concern I'm picking up on. It's been a lot of growth in a situation here. You might feel out of sorts. You do have haters around you. I'm going to stick with these cards for a minute because these cards are talking. Life path. So I don't know if it's getting you back on track. Trying to get you back on track. Spiritual decree. Okay. That helps any. Telling me 6. So would that be 5? And I need one more, or 6 right here. So 6 is very significant for you right now, the number 6. Some people are going to be happy for you, others will not. It might not even be in this realm. Like the messages I've been getting lately are like really multi-dimensional energies. Especially if there's a karmic clearing. Like why her? Why him? To me, Spirit's absolutely hands down putting you in another direction. Spiritual meaning of a spiritual decree. I don't have the book on me, but I don't want what the Bible says. I can only find biblical. That's why I was hoping I could find a spiritual decree, but I can't. But it's basically Spirit's words, speaking them. You could be speaking the words for him. Going into different realms. You could be going into different realms right now and you might not be aware of it. But word does change the physical world. I don't know if you have a favorite scripture. Some people in an occult, like looking at it as like an occult type situation, people could reference it as a spell, but a decree is it's an official order issued. Usually in Matrix would be like a legal authority, but like this is like spiritual authority. And we kind of knew that was happening anyway with the last read I just did. So there's a big change coming. I don't even know how I saw that string. Master healing. Wisdom of the divine feminine and internal now. I was like, there's a lot of energies. They had me put a lot of energies out here. I feel like you can work with all these energies though. It doesn't, what I almost wanted to say is like, oh, it's a lot of energies. It could be multiple messages from multiple people. I think it's all within one energy, just multiple things. Some of you could be a master healer or just a healer. Could be an herbal healer. You could be into holistic medicine. Trying to pinpoint. There's something here for me to pinpoint. Trying to see like oracles I haven't used in a while with you guys. Remember to breathe. Meditation could be good. Ooh, is wonderful. And I got 2 number 1s. Some kind of mentors, role models, decide. It's ironic though, because I don't see a decision. This is very quiet. This is very internal, guys. It's like, when's the last time you really went within? I think it's been too long. I know we say like we always do it, we're grounded, this and that. This is a different vibe. It's like coming out of a cocoon, but differently. Controlling drama, conflict of interest. It was with your life path. So let's get one more. Could it be your own? No. This is an energy around you, which I didn't really think I had to get into. Timid, misunderstood, shy. Could have grays around. And then they said bottom of the deck, starseed, which we know is happening anyway. I don't get the vibe of this is something you're fighting. Again, it almost feels like the reading earlier where I'm like, I don't think you know what this is yet or something. Like, I'm kind of getting that same vibe again. So I don't know if it's like a twist. I heard twist of fate or a twist of events. Feminine energy is powerful right now. There's absolutely hands down a karmic clearing. I don't know if you guys feel drained. Some of you might have a common cold, but it's a clearing, part of a clearing. So again, hydrate. I feel like for those who don't go to church or temple or whatever it may be, if you don't have your own like why is this saying venue? If you don't have your own I can't even, I'm spacing the word, like your own spot, place. I don't know if you want to go to church. What is this? Like if you used to go to church and you like church, you haven't gone to church in a while. You can do this anyway. Mind you, you don't have to go to church. Like if you don't have your own altar in the house, you know what I mean? Like you can create your own altar. You know? But some of you, maybe you don't have time to do it in your house, or like there'd be too many distractions within the house. Because I'm looking at this role model mental as decide. But I don't think you're there unless it's coming in. You did have the ones somewhere, oh, down here, in the 9, 10, 11. And you might be seeing 11, 11. You do have 11, 11 there. So there's a new portal that's open, or it's opening. I don't know if you're misunderstood. I don't think you're with this energy here, I really don't think you're the one that has the conflict of interest. Like, you'd be more than happy to walk a spiritual path. So it's kind of saying there's somebody else on your path where there's a conflict of interest. So I mean, that can't be good. How far are you going to get with that person? To me, that person's probably already out of your life or starting to get out of your life. You have a karmic clearing, and that's another number 5 for you to go in a new direction. Is the decision yours to do it? Did you already do it? Is it coming up and you have to do it? Is it linked to somebody else you're dealing with? Is it their karma? I don't know. But this is more for you. Like, this is something that's going to sparkle. So to me, it's there's a transit this week at a particular degrees. I don't know which one it's going to be. It's not something you're going to snap out of. I don't know how to explain it. Not even quite sure how to feel it. The energy will shift, a thought, a feeling. Let me see if I can get some overall advice for this week in regards to my spirituals. To me, you're gonna speak your mind, but it's almost like it's almost like you're quiet. This is what gets me. Like, we know you're the star seed, we know you're this, right? Whether you're that energy or not, you can be behind the scenes, but not in person. I'm not really sure. To me, you're more this energy where you know it's needed. It's just like a timeout for you. It's not a big deal. But all the cards that I'm seeing with beauty, where it's like you're about to like take your next step, it really is like this is the energy surrounding you. So like, you're good, you're golden. I don't know if you're struggling with your identity. I don't know if some of you are just realizing your star seeds, or something's clicking. To me, you would already realize that. You're on my channel. There's been a lot of growth. You're still growing. You've already made this decision. It's almost like someone doesn't belong on your path, and the higher council is making sure, in a way, it doesn't happen. But I don't know if I even see you partaking in that. But it's almost the same message I was getting in the earlier read. Because this type of energy is kind of like, I don't know if candle going. I said something about the flame with you guys, but I can't get it in. Could be good at candle magic. Because if you were to not take your path, you would just be like buying time, delaying, reach your crossroads again, what, in a couple years? Like, nobody wants that. Like, but I don't even think that can happen. I think they're going to get you exactly where you need to be, or you're going to get yourself exactly where you need to be. So again, I don't know if you need time to yourself to speak it out loud, to remind yourself of who you are, for spirit to whisper it in your ear who you are. Because this is where they want you right now. And that's not a bad thing. The amount of energy around you guys, like who's watching you, who's protecting you. You could be a really good healer, but you have all this energy around you, watching you, looking over you. Something about a 4-leaf clover. You already chose this, so I don't think you feel stuck. I think you're just gonna really have to go within here, like you typically don't. Like, if you don't have time alone at the house, go somewhere. You just gotta get in tune with you. I don't think it's as simple as putting on burial beats and chilling. It can be for those who get messages that way. But it's almost like, not like a burden, but like memories, dreams, something is going to come back. It's because it's almost like you feel it. You feel the power, you feel the planets. And that's where you're at, all around these planets. Like, that's literally where you're at. Very multi-dimensional energy here. Different types of source getting you to where you need to be. Like, it's almost like thinking, well, just from like one planet, or like it's not. You're working with multi-dimensional energy, and it's not just one kingdom, one planet, I don't know if you're a spokesperson for multi-dimensional beings. This one's playing with a Rubik's Cube. I'm going to give like 10 more minutes because my throat's killing. I don't want to overdo it. I'll come back. The bigger message I have here, I wouldn't even worry about the conflict and the karmic clearing. It's already being taken care of. That's the beauty of a situation. Like, for a good example, remember how 6 times in one day things broke? I don't even really know what it's regarding, but I know it's a clearing. That's what I'm saying. Like, so it might be the same thing with you guys. Like, you really don't even see it coming, or you don't know. And to me, I think you think everything that glitters is gold, or someone's right for you, or the job's right for you, or something's right for you. But it's like, not everything glitters that gold. I don't know, but there's something sparkly here. So something's just not right, because that's a 5. That's another 5. It's like, here we go again, double 5s, right? That's another 5. Yeah, the 6 is up here. Couple 7s. Like, this shift is going to happen whether you like it or not, in a way. But to me, guys, it's not a bad thing. I don't know what it is for you, though. I honestly don't know. I don't see it coming. You don't see it coming. You might be able to speak it into fruition. You might actually have the ability to do that, especially if you're good at accessing your Akashic records. You might have the ability to speak things into fruition, but you want to be careful when you're doing that too. Spirit kind of wants you to get to this place first, so when you come out, you're more clear-headed. You got the lower world right there. Nothing wrong with that, though. To me, you're working with all sorts of energies. Wow. Okay. I don't know if we've ever had that come out, guys. And I've always said this. Can't say I've always said it wrong, but I feel like I don't want to butcher it. So I'm going to get the proper.
Andean.
I would have butchered it.
Andean.
It wouldn't have been a big butcher, but it's Andrian. But I always said Andrian, I think it was. So the Andrian cross represents cosmology of the shaman. It depicts the 4 cardinal directions, the upper and the lower worlds. Holy shit, guys. That's the upper and the lower world. I'm telling you, I don't know what type of energy you're working with, but holy shit. The last couple of readings have been blowing my mind. I'm excited to see what this is. It's the 4 cardinal directions, the upper and lower worlds, and the steps to reach these realms. The whole of the center, the gateway of the travel. Proverbial eye is the needle as you go through experiences of highest state of awareness, wisdom, to break through the linear time. The Andean cross announces the start of a great journey. It's time to raise your gaze from the mundane day-to-day which you do until now has seemed beyond your grasp. Allow new wisdom to guide you and stop trying to make sense of it all before you respond with a surrounding yes. The medicine. The time has passed. The window of opportunity has closed. Now is not the moment to take a leap into over-preparing for something. It's best to wait until conditions of the heaven line up again to offer a more prestigious moment. Any bold action you take now will require tremendous effort on your part, just as it is important of knowing when it is to act when you return to your inner silence and wait for a more favorable time. I told you. I didn't mean to say it like that. And I don't do I told you so, guys. But I felt that like you wouldn't fucking believe. So it's almost like it's not the right time, but it's time. So I don't know if they're tweaking something. But you're working with both worlds, like I said, different, so it's the invitation. The Andrian cross announces that this is the start of a great journey. It's time to raise the grades from the mundane day-to-day in which until now has seemed beyond your grasp. Like you couldn't get to it. Allow new wisdom to guide you and stop trying to make sense of all of it before you respond with a surrounding yes. That's why you really need to go into this. However it is you get yourself there. So the time has passed, a new window of opportunity has closed. It's got to be that karmic clearing. Now is the moment not to leap into anything and over-prepare. It's best to wait until conditions in heaven line up to offer you more prestigious moment. Any bold action you now take will require tremendous effort on your part. Just as important is knowing when to act. and when to return to your inner stillness and wait for a more favorable time. Upper and lower world step. So I don't feel like you missed out on an opportunity. Well, you could have. But see, something's meant for you. So say you wanted to start a YouTube, you didn't start a YouTube. I mean, it could be a good example for me. I wanted to start the other channel. I couldn't get myself there. It's kind of like that type of energy, for example. I don't know if that's the best example to give, but it sure is a prime example of what's meant to be will be when it comes to the spiritual realm on our spiritual path, not in the fucking matrix. When it comes to a spiritual path, because you're working with multidimensional energy. They're not just going to let this slip through your fingers. So say you thought it was a good time to work on it. Not so much. It's time to take care of yourself. Like, again, could be a message for me in a way too, like the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, cool, you might have the week off, but now's not the time to work on it, if that makes sense. Get what I'm saying? Especially in my condition. But I'm just giving you an example of kind of what's going on with me. And that might not even be a good example because that might not have anything to do with anything. It might be a completely different message for me, but they did have me purposely give you that as an example. Maybe all of a sudden you get this urge, you get this sense of energy, and it's like, all right, let's bang it out. Spirit's like, do not fucking bang anything out right now. And I mean, I even feel bad saying it, like, I told you, but that's exactly where they want you. Because there's something else that's lining up. And it's a 7, it's spiritual. It's something else that's lining up to go in unison with something. Because when I think about it, and with the transits, there's nothing about the transits per se that would be stopping you. Where it's not like, you know what I mean? So it's just as important to know when to act and when to return to your inner stillness and wait for a more favorable time. Something is definitely aligning. I kind of want to come back and get more information for you guys, and I think I can. I don't think they're going to stop me from doing it. I don't think it's like that. The more we know, the better, especially if they want us to really stay still. I just want that picture for the screenshot. So I already know you have this self-love. It's not about like, oh, take a time out and really like, what is my worth? It's so much more than that. This is already knowing your worth. This is getting in tuned on another level. So I'll come back. I just gotta really, my chest is hurting. And I timed myself for 45 minutes, guys, and my chest is already hurting. So I gotta do things in spans because I cannot afford to be laid out and be there with my mother at the same time. So I gave myself 45 minutes and my chest is already hurting. So maybe I have to stick to a half hour. Or I don't know. I do want to come back though. I'm gonna hope to come back tonight. If I don't, it will be tomorrow. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Okay. Beautiful messages. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon.